Alright, you guys. This is a very sudden video without much preparation because I'm very excited. Today I was going to record a couple of videos, but I've been sitting here, honestly, just doing V-Buck quests until I was ready. But I was excited about this change so much that I wanted to record right now. So anybody who knows me knows that I've been, or knows me in this game, knows that I've been working on a lot of guns lately. A lot of max perked weapons, a lot of perks. You know, all these RPGs are exactly the same in terms of perks. And I've been complaining, well, except for the afflicted at the bottom. That doesn't matter. I've been complaining a lot about Reperk and how hard it is to get and how annoying it is and how every single mission basically only gave you like 65 and the alert rewards gave you like 65 and the mission reward would give you like 40 and reperking costs 1,000 and only 2,000 of it comes to the shop every week, and it was just a super pain in the ass to get reperk. It was really hard to get because you just had to grind it. The best thing we had in mind was encampments, because you could get the 100 reperk Mist Monster challenge every single time you finish a 76 plus encampment. Like any encampment, one of our friends did the math, 76 power level and up is guaranteed to spawn enough Mist Monsters to give you enough to get the challenge. And if you had a good group, you could get through an encampment mission in about 10 minutes, which means you could get about 600 per hour if you're insanely fast, which is ridiculously low when it takes 1,000 per perk. And there are weapons like the Hemlock, which just drive me nuts because of the way the system worked. I'll explain that in a second. In this case, I've got stability, crit rating, crit damage, mag size, decent gun. But I've considered maybe stability becoming fire rate, or stability becoming a crit rating. What was I trying to say? Double crit damage, or one of these having fire rate. If I wanted to have double crit damage, stability would need to become mag size. That's 1,000 reperk. Mag size would need to become my crit rating. That's 1,000 reperk. And then my crit rating up here would become crit damage. That's 1,000 reperk. So 3,000 reperk just to like change one of my perks around. That much hasn't been fixed about weapons. There is no swapping places yet. I think that'd be a really, really cool thing. But I was just speccing my guns and I realized that they changed reperk value to 600. And I did read the patch notes. I should show it on the screen now that, and I kind of teased it earlier, that they changed the reperk reward to 100 reperk instead of 65. I'm not sure what the base reperk gives you, but it's all been changed by percents, which you'll see in the patch notes that I'll link below and put on the screen. So I am just stoked. I'm stoked. And the reason I'm even making a video about this is everybody needs to know about this, especially you low-level players who haven't like maybe gotten into like speccing your guns how you want them yet. This is a major change. This is huge. This means that like every single gun is 40% cheaper to change, which is huge. 600 reperk instead of 1,000 is crazy. I know the elemental ones changed. I think they changed a little bit. I'm not really sure. They just use less reperk in general, if I'm not mistaken, or more. I'm not even sure what they did to that. But overall, 600 is a lot better. And the amount of reperk missions that are giving 100 now, plus your Mist Monsters, means this will be significantly more balanced. It'll be a lot easier to get reperk and even use reperk to change your weapons, and I'm just so stoked about that. I'm going to show more of my schematics to demonstrate just how much of a problem this has been for me. You'll see that basically every gun that has all blue perks is something that I can just do cheaply. So I've got my Bald Eagle, Electric Field, Zapper, my Pop Shot, which I'm working on, my Pain Train, Coco, my Snowball Launcher, my Wall Dynamo. All of these things needed some form of reperk to swap their perks around and get them how I want. And then Legendary and Epic perk up has never been like insanely difficult to get. If you're in Twine, you get that stuff all the time, so it's not that big of a deal, but it was holding me back a lot. And if you are someone like me who has a really, really old Siegebreaker schematic that you don't really need and don't really want because you have other Siegebreaker schematics down here, like these two are exactly the same, and that's, you know, physical in nature is the only difference, which is great. And then I've got a couple of others that are basically just extra. And late game, you'll find that the Siegebreaker is really not that amazing of a weapon. You can now recycle for 100% of the crap that you put into it, which means, here, let me get that on a bigger screen if I do it like this. You can see that I will get all of my drops of rain, all of my perk up, legendary, epic, all my uncommon, all the XP that I put in, and all of the reperk, I think, scaled. I don't think this is all the reperk I put in, but it gives you like a lot a lot less, which is just fantastic. I'm not 100% sure if it gives you all the epic and legendary that it gives you, but I've only put in 450 and I've only put in 345, so it's giving me it all back, which is just fantastic. I'm so happy about this. I'm gonna get rid of this right now, honestly. My Siegebreaker, if I'm not mistaken, I have it slotted, and I don't care about getting this to, you know, my collection book, and I would rather just have all of this. Boom, 82 Siegebreaker, just gone, but turned into a lot more better resources. Aha! I'm here from the future. So, I'm coming in the middle of this video to show you guys something that I didn't know about when I made this. So, after making this video, I went ahead and stream Save the World for a few hours. I'll link the stream below if you guys are interested. And I discovered something that I was completely unaware of when I made this video. I'm not 100% sure if this is a glitch or not. It was told to me by quite a few people on stream that it was intended by the developers. I'm not personally sold, but I'll show you anyway, that if you have any pre-existing schematics, unlike these ones, that's a bad example, if you have any pre-existing schematics, it will give you the perk up and reperk and uncommon perk up, the rare and uncommon perk up and epic and whatever, of the schematics that you already had before the update. The reason that these ones aren't giving me it is because I received these schematics later on after the update, and they will no longer give you all of the uncommon and rare perk up associated with it. And I don't know. A lot of people fought me on this. I would call it a glitch because there's no reason that this would give me perk up and reperk for weapons that I did not spend perk up and reperk on. But it is, you know, interesting in that you can see some of these guns don't change my perk up at all, but for whatever reason, this one does. It's very, very hit or miss, and maybe this is intended. Regardless, you guys should take note. I know that there are a lot of people, well, maybe not a lot of people, but I know that there are people who do tricks like this, where they take a survivor transform and then they use up some of their junk schematics, like this one right here, where they can just basically turn a junk AR, or I think that's technically a sniper, a junk sniper into a rare survivor. And now I can go ahead and retire this survivor for training manuals and survivor XP if I so choose. But if you do this kind of thing, or if you're choosing to do anything other than recycle your guns, you should take this into account, because when I did this, I can't really show it because I used up a lot of it, but I got over 4,000 rare perk up and about, I think it was like even more, 5,000 or something uncommon perk up from doing that. So kind of a big deal. Kind of something you should know. I think it was 3,000. It doesn't matter. I got a lot of perk up from both of these. I didn't get a lot of epic or legendary because you don't really get those from schematics anymore. You might have some really old schematics that came with legendary perk up, something to consider, and reperk. So there you go. Something you guys should do, recycle all your old schematics. And as a little footnote to this video, I'm not sure if I show it, but I had a shotgun in here, which was the I always forget the name. It's like a shotgun or something. It's one of those things. Yeah, the Stalwart Squire, that thing. So I had one of these that was 130, and I basically just got rid of it because, honestly, it was a really, really hyped up gun that crits for a ton of damage, but in real world use case is a stupidly expensive gun to craft that just doesn't really do anything. So thanks to this new system, I was able to recycle it, get all of my perk up back, plus a crap ton of reperk, and I went ahead and sunk that into my pain train, which is now a max perks sunbeam weapon, which is double crit damage, crit rating, added damage instead of the other one, and put on water. So now it's a nice frosty looking gun because it's gonna have a frost tip, and I wanted another water weapon. Also, my hemlock has also been changed. I'm also telling you guys this because I'm pretty sure I mentioned it within this video, but since we're from the future, you know, I can go ahead and show you guys this stuff. So pretty awesome system. Let's get back to the video. And then I can turn around and take that epic perk up, and honestly that was enough reperk to spec another perk. I could come back around, find a gun that I want to upgrade. Oh yeah, my rockets. I guess we can just start on fire. It doesn't really matter. I can now come into my launcher and just max out the durability. Why don't you? Want more damage on that? Sure. Want more damage on that? Sure. I basically just took all my perk up from my Siegebreaker and just put it into this launcher with enough left over to change one of my other perks around. So if I want to go into Trying to think of like one gun that I've been like worried about. Pain Train. Crit rating, crit damage. Oh, I have double crit on this? Wow. What a beastly gun. Did that mag size, was I gonna make that damage? I think so. Boom. Now I can do that because this gun doesn't shoot very fast, so you really, really don't need 45 mag size, and having more damage is just good overall, and that's no longer a huge pain for me to do. And as a high-level player, as someone who has like this Hydra that okay, Hydra's kind of a rare gun, but like my Lynx, for example, it's just not my favorite weapon ever, but I haven't put anything insanely valuable into it, so I'm not really worried about it. I can just do this for any guns that I've spec'd up that I no longer care about. Like, look at all of the crap I will get back for my bazooka. I think all of these are because I favorited them, but they would give me a lot as well. In fact, I'm going to show that, well, actually, no, this bazooka is maxed out, so it would be a similar story. Just a 1500 reperk, which is so much now, and then a bunch of legendary and epic perk up. And at this point, I'm kind of rambling just to show you guys that, like, this is an awesome change, and you should know about it. So there you go. Go out, enjoy Save the World. I'm going to be playing this a lot more now that I can actually spec my guns the way I want them to, and I can get rid of old ones like that Siege Breaker that are kind of just, it's just a dead end, you know? Like, it's a gun I'm not ever going to use again, and it's just, it's holding on to reperk that I want. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this little update video. I don't do a ton of these very often, and I do plan to be making more Save the World videos because I'm kind of high level at this point. I sort of know what I'm talking about, and I kind of like sharing with you guys. So yeah, take it easy. Enjoy saving the world. See you guys.